Ladies and gentlemen, when we speak of the United States, we often speak of freedom as if it were a simple word. But freedom, true freedom, has always been costly. It was costly for the colonists who crossed an ocean to escape religious persecution, political tyranny, and economic hardship. And it has been costly for every American service member who has stood on the front lines to defend the ideals this nation was built upon. The earliest settlers came to North America seeking relief from the instability and oppression of 17th century Britain. Many fled the Church of England's persecution of religious dissenters, while others sought escape from political turmoil, civil war, and rigid class systems that limited economic opportunity. Land was scarce in Europe, and the monarch's control over property and taxation left ordinary people with few paths to independence. In contrast, the colonies offered local self-government, religious diversity, and the possibility, however imperfect, of building a life free from the heavy hand of a king. Religion also played a powerful role in the American Revolution. Ministers framed resistance to British rule as a moral duty, assuring colonists that standing against tyranny was justified in the sight of God. The founders believed deeply in the natural right to freedom of conscience, arguing that no government could justly violate a person's religious liberty. These principles, freedom from tyranny, freedom of religion, and freedom from crushing economic control, became the backbone of American experiment. And these principles that American troops have sworn to defend. Our service members do not fight for a political party, a single leader, or a temporary moment in history. They fight for the enduring promise that individuals should be free to worship without fear, speak without punishment, and live without the oppressive weight of a government that serves only the wealthy or powerful. They fight for the belief that ordinary people deserve dignity, opportunity, and a voice. Yet today, many Americans feel the echoes of the very conditions our ancestors fled. Economic burdens continue to rise for working families, while the wealthiest enjoy increasing advantages. The gap between rich and poor widens, and financial hardship once again falls heaviest on the common people, much like the economic inequality that pushed colonists to seek a new life across the Atlantic. At the same time, cultural and religious tensions have resurfaced, and many feel persecuted for beliefs that differ from the mainstream. These pressures remind us that freedom is not self-sustaining. It must be protected, renewed, and defended. This is why honoring our troops matters. They stand as guardians of the ideals that shaped this nation. Their service is not symbolic. It is lived, dangerous, and real. And because their sacrifice is real, it is especially harmful when individuals falsely claim military honors they do not earn. Stolen valor is not just a lie. It is an immoral act that diminishes the courage of those who have faced combat, endured trauma, and risked their lives. Federal law recognizes the seriousness of this offense. The Stolen Valor Act makes it illegal to fraudulently claim certain military awards for personnel gain. Pretending to be a decorated veteran is not patriotism. It's exploitation. To defend American troops is to defend the truth of what they fight for, the truth of what they sacrifice, and the truth of the principles they upheld. It is also to defend the founding ideals that inspired the revolution, ideals rooted in liberty, consciousness, equality, and relief from economic oppression. As we look at our nation today, we must ask ourselves whether we are honoring those ideals or drifting back toward the very injustices our ancestors escaped. Freedom is not a relic of the past. It is a responsibility of the present, and it is a duty of every American, civilian, and soldier alike to ensure that the principles our troops defend remain alive, protected, and established to all, accessible to all. Because America is not founded on perfection. It was founded on the belief that people deserve the chance to live free, and that such freedom is worth fighting for.